And later, we'll have our panel discussion. So, the world of Web3 is equally interesting, right? How can we seize the opportunity of this and era? And we are honored to invite some of our leading experts in the industry today. So they will share with us the wisdom of the Web3 revolution and how to succeed in this rapidly developing field. So let's explore the business opportunities and investment strategy of the Web3 revolution. So today, this panel is our first panel. So let me just briefly introduce our guests today. So we will have Jean-Luc Bonnefoy, Vice President of the GEM, Anders Tsui, CEO of Hape, founder of Vertex Labs, Marvin from iPollo Chief Scientist, Thomas Chun, MHJP, co-founder of 2049 Labs, co-founder of Technobridge Hong Kong, and welcome our panel host, Ripul Mahajan, the CEO of Cyllionaire.com. So, and later we will have for our guests and our panel hosts for the first panel today. And please excuse for a moment. So we just need to set up for the facility and the stage today. So after the panel, we will have a halftime break. So later on after the panel, we'll come back at 2 o'clock. So after this, I would like to invite everyone to take a break, have a rest, enjoy your lunch later. So get some energy for our afternoon session. Thank you so much. So now, may I invite everyone to join me to invite our panel guests for this panel discussion today. Please give a round of applause to welcome our guests on the stage. Thank you, everyone. Welcome on the stage.
Maybe you can just find a seat, find a chair, and then ask them to take the chair.
Hello, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good, good morning once again.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Yeah.
My name is Ripul Mahajan. I'm the CEO of Selena.com, world's fastest growing crypto digital media company. And today I am hosting this wonderful panel exploring the future, business opportunities and investment strategies in the Web3 revolution, along with the other panelists, Jean-Luc, Anders Su, Thomas Cheung, Marvin, Nico Knorr. So let's start this. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay, so my first question is for all the panelists here. Can you briefly introduce yourself, your current role, and your experience in Web3 and the emerging markets? Let's start from this
You want
side.
me to start? Okay.
Yeah.
Great. My name is Jean-Luc Bonnefoy. I work at a firm called GEM, stands for Global Emerging Markets Group. And we're an alternative investment manager. We have kind of three main buckets. The first is buyouts and acquisitions, LBOs and MBOs in emerging markets, ex-US. These are kind of non-core divisions of family businesses. The second is private investments in public equities, again, around the world. Some are, obscure, like offshore oil field servicing in Nigeria or pulp and paper in Bangladesh. And then the third salient bucket here for today's discussion is Web3, crypto investments, both in private stakes and in token investments in a variety of crypto Web3 focused firms.
And then,
喂，大家好，我是 Vertex Labs 创始人，安德，也是 SuperChain Capital 的创始人。Vertex Labs 主要是呢元宇宙，还有 WEB3 和 AR 的基础设施提供商。SuperChain Capital 呢主要是投资呢 WEB3 和 AR 的项目。那我在这个领域已经呢大概投资了接近有10年时间。
Okay. This is Thomas Cheung from Hong Kong. I have been a long-term private equity investor, angel investor, since the early 90s. So at that time, I was involved in like biotechnology investment, and then in real estate and infrastructure as well, in the later stage. And I started to get, into Web3 and blockchain, in particular investment back in, I guess, 2016 and 17. So it has been a while. So right now, I'm a founder and co-founder of, a few different funds and also different companies. And at this very moment, one of my focus is on AI, development. We are about just, we just launched actually our one of the AI HPC project. We call it Hong Kong Shenzhen Global AI HPC Center. In Chinese in Cantonese is 深港國際船力中心. Actually, we are trying to build one of the biggest, or maybe not exactly in terms of size, but I think we try to take advantage of the cross-border data policy in Hong Kong, and and to find new way for Hong Kong in the coming future. So our focus right now, will be to build. We try to build the some collaborative effort, to put together, computer power, for Hong Kong, being, stationed in Hong Kong, and to serve the rest of the world, including mainland China. So this is one of what we are trying to do right now. Thank you.
I'm glad to invited by this panel. I'm Marvin from the Apollo. Because I entered the field for about 2000, earlier than you, like 2014. And I'm the director of the Institute of the Computer Technology and the CIS, the Mr. Dr. Feng is my colleague here. Yeah. So I am the professional is for the supercomputing. Is the same. So the I entered the blockchain is just like because the peer-to-peer computing is one set of the supercomputing, and the Bitcoin is a very successful practice in the peer-to-peer computing. And now I'm quit from the ICT and entered Apollo. Apollo is a project of the is a GPU GPU computing power network. We call it the elastic computing network, just like the AWS. So, but we focus on the GPU. So we connect the the 1,000 computer together. We have we support some AI and metaverse virtual lending. So and the nanolabs is one of the business sector of the nanolabs. Nanolabs is a chip company listed in the Nasdaq. So I'm great to here to join the panel and share.
Following the queue, looks like it's my turn again now. So my name is Ripul Mahajan, almost similar like the Ripple coin. I'm the founder of Cylinder.com. I have a quick question for you all. Have you heard about this term Cylinder before? Anyone? Do you know what it is? Cylinder means a crypto millionaire, like all of you are. Either we are Cylinder or we're gonna be the future Cylinder. Cylinder, yeah. We are world's fastest growing social media company and digital marketing company as well, where we have the aim and ambition to make a truly decentralized community for the Web3 all across the globe. It's a one platform where all the crypto enthusiasts, crypto OGs are connected together, where they can share their wisdom, their knowledge, their experience about the market, and help each other to learn more and adapt to this new industry and new technology. That's the only goal. Everyone talks about mass adoption. Everyone talks about, acceptance of Bitcoin as a form of currency, but it cannot happen without proper knowledge and guidance. So that's our part. That's what we're doing all across the globe. Yes, that's pretty much about it. And I'll pass on now to Knorr to introduce himself.
Hello, my name is Knorr. I started angel investing after I sold my web hosting company in Spain to Telefonica, and I have always been an entrepreneur with that web hosting company. I started a mobile gaming company in Silicon Valley. 4 years ago, I started a crypto custodian, the main crypto custodian in Spain. And since last year, I'm with Stabolut. At Stabolut, we are about to launch a new concept of stablecoin. It's more free, more open, and at the end of the day, we are launching the most decentralized stablecoin.
Okay, coming back to the next question. What, in your opinion, this question is for everyone. What, in your opinion, are the most exciting technological advancements within the Web3 space that have the potential to disrupt traditional business models? Starting from Jean-Luc.
Sure. So when we look at crypto and the development and disruption factor, what we think some of the biggest and kind of overarching themes are speed and security, ultimately. You look from Web 1, which is read only, to Web 2, which is read and write, to Web 3, which is read, write, own. So there's quantum leaps in each of these stages in terms of user engagement and activity and incentivization. So speed, you can now vote. The user's input is dramatically affects both the direction and the substance of a lot of firms' activities and decisions. Both the transfer of data and monetary flow is changed dramatically because of the speed of what Web3 and crypto as a broader kind of theme changes in general. And then security, safety, trustlessness factors. Now no longer have to reliably trust whatever that partner is if you can use a decentralized blockchain technology. So these are kind of the biggest disruption factors that we're seeing every day in the transition from a lot of the Web2 technologies to Web3 technologies.
正如呢，记在讲到的，
Just now, Zhang mentioned Web3 has solved the issue of security and also cost. As the technology develops, I think we can resolve all these problems and issues, and we should more concern about its wider applications. For example, protection of privacy, data security, etc. And our team, 2 years ago, developed the world's first metaverse application. It's called a conducive metaverse product. And these metaverse supply chain resolved one important issue. That is, we have a real-time toning, and we provide some film companies, gamify, and some metaverse projects. And we can help to reduce their cost significantly. And we also combine with AR. And with the assistance of Web3, we can provide more low-cost computing power. So with technology upgrading, we can resolve many practical issues.
Yes, Thomas.
Your question is
What are the most exciting technological advancements within the Web3 space that have the potential to disrupt traditional business models?
Okay. To me, I guess we kind of migrating from Web 1 and Web 2 era into Web 3 era, but but a lot of people have not really I guess get the benefit of Web 3 because we don't really have much profitable application as of today. But I believe that this kind of situation will change very soon. Seeing the mass adoption of like IoT solution, blockchain solution, and in particular like the recent advance in AI, artificial intelligence development. I think actually during my time when I was a college student back in the early 90s, actually it's late 80s and early 90s, I was in decentralized computer. I studied and researched decentralized computer, decentralized database at that time, and I'm also working on like expert system. But all those stuff are very, I have to say, more on the research or laboratory scale. It is very hard to get into mass adoption. Not until now. What I mean by that is not until now that we have very fast computer. That's why we have to work on like supercomputer and try to get a quantum computer into place. To do very complicated algorithm, but at the same time we need very high speed computer to work on serial calculation. We also have other tools like a lot of sensors, or data collection point through IoT, to get a lot of different data and real data and meaningful data. And at the same time, we also need to have some advance in artificial intelligence, which is in place right now. You said generative AI is one way, but actually there's a lot more advance in different type of AI as well. And with those, together, we got a much better connectivity. Not just through like landline. We also have like satellite connection. We have a lot more, connection. Connectivity is very important, for Web3 development as well. So with all those puzzles, together, we have on hand, all these, tools and technology and real, stuff or infrastructure, so to say. I think we are at the stage of, eruption. It's about time for something meaningful, some meaningful application to be emerged. That's why everyone is so excited. When last year ChatGPT, when ChatGPT come to the market, everyone have a stun. Wow. They start to realize the power of AI. Well, ChatGPT was empowered by OpenAI, which is open source platform, and actually OpenAI again is available. I guess is due to a lot of researchers' effort. Like from Google and DeepMind and a lot of other companies. So actually, right now, what we are doing, we need to figure a way how to become to make use of collaborative effort. In this world, in a shared economy world, we need to have to build very effective collaborative effort mechanism, so to say that we can build something together. And all this made happen and available through blockchain and and different ecosystem to provide people with the right incentive and the governance mechanism. So and that's why I'm talking about. When Ripple, right? Sorry, Apple, your name?
Ripul.
Ripple. Talking about the emerging technology. I think there's no one emerging technology application, but we need to put together everything that we have on hand right now, and then through the help of AI, which can speed up the whole thing, and then make it a very cohesive solution, interlinking, solution, interoperable solution, with true connectivity and with with a brain in every single cell, and that kind of environment is happening. Okay, so that's why I think we are all in a very lucky era, or maybe we are all lucky ones because we can. I think we can witness what's happening and what's going to happen very soon. So I'm not sure whether I answered your question, but somehow I think that's the reason why we are all here now.
Yes. Evan.
And I think as for exciting innovation, maybe the wartime, just like ChatGPT. As for Web3, I think it's maybe it's difficult to say which is the wartime. Wow, is this the Web3? Which one is the Web3 inspiring innovation? I think we can think it two ways. One is for technology, and another one is a business. And for technology, I think it's the IT technology. Is we always forget the blockchain is innovation of exciting innovation of the fintech, because the from the Bitcoin and ETH is fintech innovation of this line. And another one is the Web3 is a cryptocurrency. It's different. It's for finance. I think in the finance field, the Web3 is really booming. This like we always pay attention to the price of the Bitcoin, price of the altcoin, someone, and the exchange have the make the very rich man, and it's booming. It's but I think it isn't not the exciting innovation. It's just the finance. I think it's and as for the Web3, we call it DeFi. Is a very exciting innovation because the DeFi maybe replace the banking, and the replace, and we can search the all the banking business model in the smart contract. You can replace you can combine the smart contract together to improve the banking service of the global. So so it's exciting. And another one is in the IT industry, maybe the AI is a big innovation, in a bigger innovation. But how to combine the Web3 and AI together, maybe it's a bigger topic. I think it's maybe all the people together. Maybe you can see the booth, you can the AI and the Web3 and the game, and then now maybe you can combine the finance and the technology together, became update the Web3 as the Web3 to the Web 3.0. So I think the future is the third generation of the internet is a Web3 plus blockchain and and blockchain and AI is to combine together. It's maybe the next big innovation. I think is my opinion.
So Marvin, we can summarize that the future is combination of Web3 and AI together. Yeah, very nice words. So Enako.
So look, using Web3 is still complicated. So it's like the wallet, the writing down the words, whatever. And so if we want mass adoption for Web3, people need a reason to use it. We need the killer application. So for instance, the smartphones, when the smartphones were out there, only like early adopters were using smartphones. And then the messaging applications started to become popular, and when your friends are using WhatsApp or WeChat, it's like, okay, I want to be part of that group that are using WhatsApp or WeChat. So people went to the stores and I want a smartphone with WhatsApp. It's like, so that was the killer application that brought like millions and billions of people to smartphones. And for Web3, we need that killer application. It's like, why any normal people would use Web3? It's like, so for instance, last year it was gaming. Gaming brought like millions of people to Web3. It's like people that didn't even know how to use a wallet. It's like, okay, I'm going to use a wallet because I like gaming. I like making money with these crypto games. So, but we still need to make it easier, and we still need to add value for people to jump to Web3.
Yes, yes. I still remember the last year trend was play to earn, which, as you correctly said, onboarded millions of people to the Web3 industry. And now we believe all that the next narrative gonna be AI together.
Yeah, that could be, but the people need a reason why. People need to understand it. People need to really see the value to understand it and to jump into Web3. Yes.
Amazing, amazing. So all the investors out there, listen carefully. Now the next question is for the Anders who, as a CEO of Ender, as a founder of, as a CEO and founder of investment focused entities, can you share your insights on effective investment strategies in the Web3 ecosystem? What should investors consider? Ender.
OK, thank you. 那我觉得在投资
When it comes to investment, my years of experience tells us you want to stop always fall for the seduction. You want to learn to wait for years and years, which means you have to stay patient over years. We know that technology is cyclical. There's always cycles, for iteration, upgrading, and along the way there will be smart inventors. And so we need to learn to wait and discover. Innovation can never happen smoothly, and you need to really go into the markets and to dig deep and to do the screening. And once you got the project, you have to wait for the whole cycle. And in terms of a return for investment, I think this is the most important strategy.
Nice, very good. So my next question is for John Luke. John, with your experience in global emerging markets, how do you see Web3 technologies impacting different regions? And what are the specific opportunities or challenges you have observed so far?
So when I think about Web3 and crypto in general, I think some of the biggest impacts will happen in emerging markets, where there are greater deficits of services, industries, whether that's financial or otherwise. So you can see in today's kind of inflation provoked cycle that we're all living in, the countries like Turkey, Pakistan, Nigeria, Vietnam, there's huge amounts of uptake in crypto and Web3 services and technologies across the board, whether that's for security of fiat currency or alternative of fiat currency, or most likely for inflation protection, and safety and storage of one's financial resources. So it's not just in emerging markets. Look at the Japanese economy, for example. This year, I think it had the kind of, in 2023, the highest spot Bitcoin price percentage increase in trading in regard and compared to other countries. Now, that's not probably for safety of security of fiat currency. It's more likely a potential future hedge against coming inflation, but there's going to be a huge impact across all emerging markets, and I think that's because generally emerging markets have or there is prevalent a deficit of trust, and there's a strong relationship between trust and economic growth, and trust fueled kind of economics. It reduces expenses, and generally greater levels of trust in any economy increases foreign investments. So I think Web3 and crypto in general will bring, via the nature of trustless kind of decentralized blockchain technologies, lower expenses for operations for a lot of actors, and more interest from foreign investors. Now, also a big point, and to further the trust comment, it's gonna blockchain technology and the trustless networks that crypto operates in. It's going to increase kind of the radius of trust that individuals have in these emerging economies and emerging markets, and that in turn is going to increase that network effect, that radius from just societies and friends to individuals and businesses, and that's going to result in more economic activity, more investment, and just generally more interest and more development of the market. And that's how emerging markets move to developed markets. So opportunities, I think there's going to be a broad variety of opportunities across finance, entertainment, social, even the trustless effect of decentralization, again, along with currency and inflation protection, are going to dramatically show a lot of opportunities. Social economic inclusion is going to be another big factor. If I can integrate or allow participation from a greater variety of actors from a different kind of scale along the wealth curve, that's going to contribute to huge amounts of economic growth as well. Again, if it is trustless or with blockchain technology, that could reduce potential fraud or criminal activity as well by using these networks. And then engagement and incentivization to participate. If you can incentivize users, engage them across both your own product or platform or service, along with others in the network, that's going to both increase your customers and users, along with the network effect of the entire market. But that also brings us to challenges. There's going to be bad actors in the space. There's going to be network security concerns, and there's going to be opportunities for fraud and criminal activity. And it's super important that everyone's aware of that and both acts to prevent that and anticipate that and monitor for it. But I think lots of opportunity across all emerging markets for a huge amount of Web3 activity and involvement.
So the next question is very interesting and one of my best also. I'm also curious as a listener also to hear the perspective on this. I'm going to pass it to my friend Knorr. How do you see the role of traditional financial institutions evolving in the context of the Web3 revolution? And what opportunities and challenges do you anticipate for both startups and established players in the new decentralized landscape?
Yeah, that's interesting. So I mean, the biggest thing in crypto today is that there is finally a lot of validation from traditional finance players. It's like so probably the biggest news for the crypto industry was when JP Morgan CEO was saying that that Bitcoin is a real asset, that it's something that everybody should invest. So it's super important that PayPal, the biggest news probably ever for the crypto industry is PayPal launching their own stablecoin. So at the end of the day, traditional finance is getting into this. So I mean, once all this negativity about the crypto is removed, so at the end of the day, they are here to offer their customers the best solutions and the best like investment opportunities. So now they are just that's why they are getting into crypto to offer these solutions. And at the end of the day. So stable coins like PayPal launching the stable coins, and there are other initiatives there. I mean, stable coins are going to be a huge market. I mean, this is like a biased opinion because my company Stabolut is launching a stablecoin. That stablecoin is today a 130 billion market. So every player in the traditional industry, in TradFi, traditional finance, are like, okay, we are missing something because Tether is making billions every year, USDC is making billions, and we are missing this opportunity. So that's why now they are like looking into this market. And one important thing about the stable coins that are also super important for financial inclusion, and is not, I mean, it's the biggest percentage of population using crypto are in countries where people don't trust the traditional finance. They don't trust the governments or the monetary policies, like in Venezuela, in Argentina, in Turkey. So people need a way to escape from their system, and that's why people were investing in Bitcoin. Where people wanted to get out of their local currency through Bitcoin, and now more and more they are using stablecoins because at least they don't have this fluctuation of Bitcoin. And that's why this is super important, and that's why like stablecoins are going to become today are a big industry, but it could become like a much bigger industry.
The next question is on collaboration and ecosystem building. So any founder sitting here, listen this carefully. Over to Thomas Cheung. As a co-founder of various organizations, how important is collaboration and ecosystem building in the Web3 space? And what initiatives have you been involved in order to foster collaboration more? As a co-founder of various organizations, how? Huh? No, as a journal in general, yeah. How important is collaborations and ecosystem building?
Thank you for your question. I think well, the reason for most of the association or organization, being organized or put together, well, we always have a objective, for every single organization. For example, like Hong Kong Blockchain Association, we trying to put together all the people, investors and also entrepreneur in this field, and together as our members and also as our director and also chairman type of different category. So actually, every single organization we try to have to build a cluster of people of a same mind and also with the same vision. Those are the traditional or Web1 or Web2 way to build organization. But when we talk about like Web3 base, we are always thinking of like how to build decentralized in the decentralized environment, but at the same time we can have a very smart way to link up everyone, every single cell together. So I'm trying to be a little bit inspiring, to your question, and then trying to give you an answer that may be little bit more, meaningful. I think, I vision in the coming world, when you're talking about to build not an association, but to build an ecosystem, you have to, because the ecosystem will have different type of people and different type of cells, different stakeholders, so to say. And every stakeholder, they have to have some way to contribute to the ecosystem. And at the same time, there should be certain rewarding mechanism to give it back to them when they contribute to the ecosystem models or society. So I think this has long been our dreams for a long, long time. How to build a cohesive but at the same time very cooperative organization, and then can move things forward, move our objective forward, and then achieve our goal and accomplishment, come with accomplishment. But most of the time it's not easy. But somehow with the when blockchain come along, this kind of mechanism suddenly become available and also become obvious. So yeah, and just jumping to the conclusion is that I think in the coming future, organization of the future or association of the future should also have a decentralized and blockchain mind when you design the organization, and that may be the way to make things better.
Nice,
I'm not
nice.
sure whether I answer your question.
Question again?
I'm not sure whether I answer your question.
The question was like, how important is collaboration and ecosystem building? What's the importance of collaboration, collab, and ecosystem building in the Web3 space? Partnerships.
Again, in the Web3 base, the most important word or keyword is interoperability. How to become, when you're a different platform, different, standard, different, in a different time space. How can you somehow connect with one another? And then I think, that's a very important thing, how to become interoperable. Because we may be coming from different language, different countries, different spaces, but how somehow we can still link up together. I think that's the biggest challenge. So I think we all have to think about how to facilitate and enable interoperability. That's I think
Yes,
that's the answer.
My next question is to Marvin. Marvin, with your solid background, how do you think blockchain and decentralization fit into the Web3 landscape? And what are some promises use cases you have encountered?
What's the project?
My question is, how do blockchain and decentralization fit into the Web3 space?
Yeah. I think it's Web3 space is decentralized. It's a basic understanding, and but the key point is permissionless, and is a keyword, permissionless, and how to employ the permissionless system. Maybe your the network must be decentralized or the distributed, and the permissionless is a basic technology structure. You can design the network based on this item. So for Apollo and for the future computing infrastructure, you can see that you can update from the AWS and Ali cloud and another traditional cloud computing. And another way to set up a decentralized infrastructure is another way. Another way is I think like is just like the network. The decentralized network, just like Apollo is for edge computing, is a new setup basically set up based on the ecosystem of the tokenization to incentive them to contribute to their GPU power connected to the network, and he is the node, and the miner is get the token from the ecosystem. And the AI and the metaverse as application, they use the technology, use the computing power and the GPU power to pay as the USDT and the US dollar, and transfer to the token to and distribute the economy return to the node. I think it's the big extent of the new structure of the Web3 or the third generator of the internet. It's different. I think it's just from the Bitcoin and the miners connect together globally, and maintenance the network of the Bitcoin. And for AI and the metaverse and the crypto, I think it's basically understanding and basically infrastructure for the setup the natively and blockchain from every node must contribute their ability of the storage, bandwidth, and CPU and the GPU computing together. So and blockchain, and just like Jack Apollo, we are a software platform to dominate this kind of the resource together to support the different application, just as Web3 and GameFi and the Metaverse and the AIGC. And I think is the main the income, and the main income from the is not from the Web3, and just from the AIGC. It's very interesting. I think we pay us the US dollar, and the USDT is from the AI, the text to the picture, text to the video, and is about generate AI. And I think is we here we are talking about this economical and talking about the ecosystem about the Web3 and about the future of the blockchain. I think is AI may be the huge income. I think it's a very it's beside the crypto. The last year we don't care about this kind of the income. We care about the NFT, care about the altcoin. But now we can focus on the AIGC and the AI that generate AI. So the infrastructure and the decentralized the infrastructure must support this kind of the application. I think it's the future.
Nice, thank you. So my next question is for everyone. It's on the regulatory landscape, or in simple terms, we can say regulations. So what are your thoughts on the evolving regulatory environment surrounding Web3 technologies? And how should businesses navigate these changes? So basically, how to adapt yourself to the changing regulations. We can start with Jen.
Sure. So I think obviously regulation is very important. Investors, firms have to know that there is regulation, and they have to have clarity on that regulation to thrive and perform well. And for investors to feel comfortable, engaging or investing. Then again, we have an office that I run in the Bahamas. The Bahamas does have regulation, and there, has been some, naughty people or bad actors, let's say, who've been in the Bahamas and it hasn't worked, albeit there's been regulation. So I think, there's still some fine tuning to be done. And I think, we need to see, I think, as Thomas said, regulators be more bold, both with clarity and with kind of pervasiveness of that regulation.
Yes, and you can also give your thoughts and request everyone to share their thoughts in like 30 seconds so that we can come to the last question as well. And your thoughts on the regulations in the Web3 space.
OK， 在刚才致辞的时候，我其实也讲。
Actually, when I was talking earlier, I mentioned when there is new technology, there is innovation, there is risks. So that means uncertainty for the investors. But of course, regulators cannot really predict the development of the new technology. Anywhere around the world, as long as you are there to protect the investors and you want to introduce very clear and transparent regulations, and you also want to be more proactive and bold. We see in countries like US, Singapore, and Dubai, Japan, South Korea, and also mainland China, Hong Kong, have all introduced the relevant policies. Some are very strict policies, while others are more relaxing. And the Hong Kong government this year have introduced a lot of proactive policies. And as investors and startups, of course, we want the regulation to be clearer and transparent, and at the same time to be bold, so that it can protect the investors, and at the same time, it can stimulate the innovations in Web3, and also in the area of AI, more transparent and supportive policies should be introduced. For the regulators, they also need to proactively learn, how to use AI and Web3 technologies to regulate this sector. We see in the AI industry, there's a lot of challenges. For example, face recognition. AI technology, with AI technology, you can change the face easily, and that is a challenge. And a lot of criminal activities are happened because of this technology, and the government need to proactively learn and leverage this technology to regulate the AI and Web3 industries.
Upcoming regulations coming in the Web3 world. Yeah, regulatory changes in the Web3. Yeah.
我尝试用普通话说一说吧。就
So I will answer this question in Mandarin. And I was the National People's Congress's representative. And one of the important work that we have been doing is that to help the central government to use more the blockchain technology. I think this is crucial because there are so many different mechanisms, and there was no better and smarter way in the past to have high level of automation. But now we have AI, we have blockchain, and they can help to greatly improve efficiency. So we're now in the era of Web3. Web3 includes blockchain and AI. So in this environment that is empowered by AI, we will be able to use a proven consensus to simplify things and improve efficiency. So to a certain extent, we have now entered into the Web3 era with empowerment of AI, together with blockchain technology, a lot of the machines around us, all the mechanisms that is around us, now we have consensus. And I think that definitely is the next step for the development of humanity. Back to your question, which is about regulation. So these regulators, just like Anders said, if they could really leverage AI, leverage blockchain technology, and to improve the regulation work, and there is all this repetitive and highly labor-intensive regulation work that can be highly automated. And I think that is the future. So I believe the regulators, of course, need to regulate, and every baby that is born, they know nothing about the rules, regulations, and we need to regulate them, to empower them, to help them understand what is right and what is wrong. We need to set the rules and the standards and to tell them what is right, what is wrong, and what is legal, what is illegal. Hong Kong is the best positioned in the world to do this type of regulation work.
Places in the world that we have both, embracing both continental law and basic law. I mean, not basic law, continental law and common law. So actually, we got the best of both sides, pretty much. 香港就是一国两制的地方。
So Hong Kong is the place that has one country, two systems.
To me, I think that we can build something that is suitable for both sides of the world. When we are getting into a new world order right now, getting more and more into a bipolarized world, Hong Kong has a much better position, to build something, making use of AI and Web3, to, well, 把未来的世界创造出来。
So we can really shape the future. Regulation is vital. Without regulation, it's going to be a mess. And we need to really embrace Web3 and to harness Web3 as the major interface and tool for the regulation work in the future.
Like him, by
Yeah, as we are running short of time, my last question and the closing question will be from Aneko and Marvin. It's for the audience. For the closing thought. What advice or key takeaways would you like to leave the audience with regarding the Web3 revolution? How they can make the most out of it?
Okay, every new technology, it's important to be learning all the time because the opportunities are there. So it's like the thing that I like the most about crypto is like you have to be always learning, always reading, because otherwise you are every day you are missing opportunities and you are missing a lot of stuff. So this is about technology where you are first, you learn how to do things, so you can really be a pioneer and you can really take advantage of the technology and to make money with it. So it's about being like all the time learning, and the opportunities are there.
Yes, Marvin, your thoughts on what advice you would like to give to the community?
Okay. It's a short advice. I think maybe you change the word from the Web3 to Web 3.0. And maybe it's clear. And blockchain plus AI equal to the Web 3.0. And the fourth recognized regulation. I think the technology don't need to regulation, but the finance maybe need some regulation. It's different. And so if you take the view of the industry, IT industry, you are very clear. And if you're just an investor, buy some stock and buy some token, and it's some just like as a financing. Financing is now is another story. And so now I think is if you focus on the technology, it's clear. It's advice. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. You guys have been a great community here, and special thanks to the Edge Summit for bringing us all in one roof here today so that we can share our thoughts about Web3, AI, the future of this technology. And thank you to all my fellow panelists here, June, Ander, Thomas, Marvin, and Echo. It was my pleasure to be with you here. Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for our guests and our panel host. Thank you so much. And please be seated. Thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience and your attention. Thank you so much for our guests for their sharing and a strong support for this conference from our partners in collaborative media. Now, the agenda of this morning is over. So please take a break, and our summit will begin at 2 p.m. At 2 p.m., please move to the rest area and take a break and have a lunch. Get some rest, and we'll see you later at 2 p.m. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.